And hello! This is episode 6. No, it's episode 7. Essentially, I got a bit muddled up with the numbers. You can forgive. Right, so let's put some focus into the Americas. Right. You see that? This is like sort of uncolonised territory. Thing is, if we just had one giant nation, that would make the balance of power very unbalanced. Which is why I'm actually dividing it up. Colonization has not occurred yet. I'd say we're about the year 1000 AD. Not 1000 AD. I'm not sure what year it is. Let's just say we're in the year 500. So, and we don't have to focus on the names. I'm pretty sure that when the whole Bankers and Kane are so episode, that's going to be the main focus. So anyways, the hope so, and let's get into business. In the last episode, we touched on how the Red Moth was attempting to reform the Moth Empire. Now, of course, when you look at it right now, you're probably going to place a bet that they're going to win. Guess what? They are going to start collapsing. The nation of Dust would invade Iraq in an attempt to get territory. Surprisingly, Iraq would actually surrender. Not surrender. The borders, they'd be slightly redrawn as Iraq would be partitioned. So, in the treaty, they get something really, really special. Land. It's focusing more on like terrain, but still, it's a victory to them. Donovan, who got into the conflict, they get a little bit of this territory here. Now, when we look at the Red Moth, they don't really have a lot to say. And then this happens. Eventually, they ordered that they'd be given these territories of life would be completely divided. The White Moth was like not joining in the conflict. They were given land by the new Moth-friendly government of Iraq. Meanwhile, in Europe, the Ye Empire in Ye Grad, they are really, really wanting someone. And for context, Summit means something. Just my way of saying it. They want access to the Baltic Sea, or the Spey Sea, as I'm going to call it, because, well, that's the Spey, that's the Erai River, that's the Erai Sea. It could be the Here Sea, controlled by the country of Here, right on the lovely African coast. But I'm going to call it the Erai Sea. So, guess what happened? The Ye Empire, they decide that they are going to invade Helena. You might think, oh no, something's going to happen, they're going to collapse. No, they actually do pretty well. And something happened. A major city here falls. Another city in Helani has been made, this time a bit higher up. The reason for this would be as a temporary capital in case things went south. The Cry would begin ordering the Eri to feed them this area, this narrow bit of land here. So what they would do, they would attempt to protect it. Well, they wouldn't attempt it. They would actually get it done. They called the protectorate of Ware. The Empire is starting to make a bit of progress in the north. The Red Moth, they would attack the Empire due to their aggression. The Empire would begin losing land, and then something would happen. Melania would lose one of its top military commanders. Reluctantly peace news. The Yi Empire was now completed. Essentially, the emperors of Cry, Zhou, and Gru they would not plan for a new state. What was it called? It would be called Rhodesia. The state of Rhodesia would be created. The name derives from Ruthenia and Eurasia. In this moment, all the leaders from the other countries they'd be questioning why Rhodesia was created. What purpose was it for? Frankly, I do not know what would occur. Mum, could you please stop playing your noises with copyrighted sounds in the background? I'm recording the now. Anyway, back on track. I was just communicating to my mother over a brief issue. Essentially, state of Rhodesia is created to act as a buffer state within the Yi Empire and several of the major powers of Europe. So, a revolt in Kieran-occupied Hull would begin. the stern would begin pushing outward, closer and closer to the capital of the Cove. The front lines of the Cove would begin collapsing. That's not much of a front line, but cavalry being pushed over and over and over again. People with spears and javelins and all those fancy things. So during the Battle of the Stern and the Cove, peace would be agreed on with these borders. The Cove, having not existed for about 500 or so years at this point, well, not 500 or so years, I'd say it's closer to like 250. The closer we get to the modern era, the slower it'll go. You remember that country? It's like Albania, the N. Well, they want their land back. Knock knock, it's the L. They want their land back. So of course, they begin a revolt. Eventually the L, they begin attempting to push the Rise Empire into the region, and it is successful. Conditional peace would be made, where all territory on the Rise Peninsula is ceded to the nation of Rise, while the Ro, they would gain this little peninsula. Let me check how much time I have for this video. 57. Still got 2 minutes, but I'm going to end it here. I hope to see you all in episode 8.